Hello again, this is Jordan Goldmeier, and in this section we're going to talk about why to develop differently in Excel. So here are some common critiques I've actually heard through the years as I've presented these ideas and challenged people to think differently about how they use their data and how they use Excel. So one of the common critiques is the old way is good enough, and this is one thing that, when we hear other people say, we always kind of roll our eyes, but then we find that we're saying ourselves, and this is very common. I find when I teach Excel courses with people who've been doing this for a long time, and in their defense, they've had to put things together that at the time, Excel and the Windows technology was not far enough along. So there's a lot of rigging things together with VBA. And a lot of those people aren't necessarily interested in new solutions. But my point here is we should be interested in new solutions, because this is why Excel has this version that it's old and antiquated, is because we're actually still relying on these old makeshift solutions from back in the day. And as a segue to that, people say, well, I've never had a problem before, and yet this industry in general is actually very much having a problem with Excel errors and spreadsheet errors. And what I'm going to show you here is that you can code in a way, or I should say you can develop in a way that won't make those errors so unmanageable. Third, we hear, well, why learn something new? Obviously, I don't have to convince you very hard on that one, because you're here learning something new already. But clearly, if we want to move our skills away from just being Excel developers, but move into this era of big data and data science, where Excel actually has a very strong and important place, this is why we learn things new, because we want to be able to take advantage of the latest tools and skills. And yes, this may be something different than what you've seen before, but all of this was built out of analysis. And if you are an analyst or a developer or an IT person, anyone within this space, nothing is really new in the sense that these development principles have been around for a long time. So we're just reapplying them here. So here are some reasons why you might want to think differently. If we can build better and develop better, formulas can be easier to read and understand, and we'll see that in the final section of this module. Formulas can be faster. We'll see that in the next module. You can actually develop faster formulas. A lot of us don't think about that. We think everything is just sort of the same in Excel, but no. Often why spreadsheets are slow is because we've not developed well, and we've not chosen the best formulas for the job. And the great thing, and you may be shocked that I say this is great, but the great thing about the not fast formulas, they're the same ones that slow your spreadsheet down to a crawl. So it's actually a good thing that you don't use them, and you'll see there are better ways. The development time is much quicker. So the old method is what I would call it, developing in Excel, is just to blast everything in Visual Basic for applications. Just do everything in there. Now, we think that's very quick, and perhaps it feels quick, but it takes a lot longer. It's more error prone, or I should say it can take a lot longer. It's more error prone, and the learning curve for it is a lot steeper. And we want to challenge Excel's bad reputation, and I've already established the reputation it has in Module 1. But in doing so, we can show that this work is important, and we can bypass our company spending a lot of money on that big fancy thing that we can actually build in Excel.